Today, you will meet Raven Jarvis. Listen, she is the driving force behind Doggy Adventures LLC, a venture fueled by a passion for dogs, outdoor exploration, and a commitment to redefining pet care. Raven's journey from civil and environmental engineering to crafting personalized dog adventures is a testament to the transformative power of following one's calling. Guess what? Here on episode 719 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, you're going to get to hear all about it. We are broadcasting live remote from Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to get into it right after this quick intro. Don't you move. Welcome.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
All right, welcome again. We are super excited to have all of you that are listening live from various platforms, 3 different places in Facebook, over on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter X, and certainly those that are listening and watching from Sharvette.com. And we got to shout out all of our podcast listeners, Stitcher and Apple and Spotify and all of that, and certainly our talk radio show platform, Blog Talk Radio. We're excited that you are listening in and checking us out because you know the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. So hello over on YouTube. We're excited to be here, have you here. Thank you for being here. Hello, Carlithia. We're excited to have you and so excited to see you in the audience today. Listen, this segment is brought to you by my 6th book collaboration that is coming. It's called Position to Pivot. This segment is sponsored by Position to Pivot. You're going to get an opportunity to pre-order this book at the beginning of February. I want you to just buy thousands. I want y'all to just buy thousands of this book. Listen, the subtitle is Empowering Strategies for Your Next Chapter, And I'm so excited that I joined forces with 11 of our clients and our platform builder program to bring this book collaboration to you, Position to Pivot. Listen, we have Ayanna Smith on board. We have Crystal Jones as an author. We have Dana Wilson, Erica Brooks. We have Jennifer Cobb. We have Maxine Thompson. We have Shabria Henderson. We have Chanel Simmons, Dr. Tabitha Spurlock, Dr. Valerie Harris, and Venera Mosby are joining me in this book collaboration. So again, this segment is brought to you by Position to Pivot. Not out yet. Pre-orders will be available the 1st of February, and you're going to be some of the first to know about it. And I just want you to pre-order thousands and thousands and thousands. I'll tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later in the show. So let's go ahead and jump in so I can bring my guest up, who is waiting and hanging out in the virtual studio. Again, we're excited to have this business spotlight. Raven Jarvis is with us, the owner of Doggy Adventures LLC. Listen, she was inspired by a TikTok video featuring Mo Mountain Mutts in Alaska, and Raven Jarvis of Richmond, Virginia, envisioned a service that goes beyond routine dog walks. Doggy Adventures LLC was birthed, and it isn't just a business. It's a celebration of life, a commitment to health, and a dedication to providing unique and tailored experiences for every furry companion. I want you to put your virtual hands together as we welcome Raven into the studio. Put your hands together right there. Hey, Raven.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing well. We're excited to chat with you and have this great conversation. And so I definitely want to actually start from the beginning. Like, have you always loved dogs? When did you fall in love with pet care and all of that?
So actually, it's funny. When I was younger, I was terrified of dogs, ironically enough. But when I became an adult, I got my first dog about 7 years ago. And that was the first time I kind of realized, like, okay, this is very, what's the word? Therapeutic. Like, dogs literally light up your life. Yeah, like having Oliver literally almost 180'd my daily moods. For one, he always got me out the house. So that was the first time I was like, okay, this is great. I have a little friend. I have a little buddy all the time. So that was great. But as far as like realizing, what would fuel, what created this business idea, it was about a few years ago, and it was closer to COVID time. So I was like trying to, like everybody else, trying to find stuff to do, DoorDash and all this type of stuff, and came across a platform where I could just dog sit, and I was trying to find things that I didn't have to provide too many things for. I was like, okay, I could walk dogs, I could sit them, I have a house, and I can do all this stuff. I love dogs, so I started doing that, and then I kind of realized like I really love this. Then I realized, okay, this is that thing that I'll do for free. Like they always say, find something you do for free, you'll never work a day in your life. I never believed it at first, and that's what that ended up being a career that I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm enjoying this every day. So I was like, I do this for free every day. And since I've been doing it, it's true. I'll just say that it's true that once you find something that you'll do for free, things start rolling, things start coming together.
So like a background in civil and environmental engineering. And then, so does it feel like really two polar opposites?
It really does. Kind of similar. I've always liked environmental things. Of course, I always pictured myself being outside regardless of what I was doing. So this is kind of in line with that. But as far as the career part, yeah, kind of 180, especially with the creative aspect. With civil, I've always been in the state government. So that's very, structural, and there's certain things that you follow all the time. So this is definitely 180, where I have the creative freedom to figure out where I want to go and how many things I want to do at one time. So, and I love that.
And I love how you said when you got your dog, like your mood shifted and changed. Like, and so are there other, dog owners and pet owners really, they have a different appreciation for life, and there's something else that's there for them that helps with mental health, I would even think too.
Absolutely. Oh yes, mental health. That's really the word I was looking for. Definitely.
Yeah.
Anything, any type of pet, to be honest, any type of, companion that you can have helps so much. And I definitely needed it coming to being by myself and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah. And so Doggy Adventures, because it's one thing, like you said, to get a hobby and kind of do it. And like you said, you would do it without even being paid. But then what was the shift to say, okay, well, let me actually like make this a business. This is an LLC. Like what shifted you there?
I'm trying to think. So I think like most people who have an entrepreneurial mind, I wanted to do a million things. I was trying to be a truck driver. I was trying to do real estate investing. And I think, you know what it was? I think after I spent so much time trying to find a mentor. There was a period of time I was like, somebody help me, teach me how to do whatever I'm trying to do. And I just kept running into brick walls. And I was like, either people weren't taking me seriously or they didn't really have time to teach me as they're learning themselves, which I understood. So what really the thing that really sat me down was that, okay, what resources do I have and what can I do to start something and then go from there? So this was definitely something tangible that I could work with. And I think that's what I needed. I just needed to say, what do I have to work with? Let me go from there instead of trying to force myself into a mentee position and just trying to learn from someone else, which I'm always open to any mentors. So
yeah, absolutely. In business, like we're always learning, right? Every level, every single level is learning. And so if you're just popping on in, hey, we're talking about Paws and Entrepreneurship, a deep dive into the journey of Doggy Adventures. Based here in Richmond, we have listeners from all over. So I do want to mention, based in Richmond, Virginia, I'm broadcasting live from Atlanta today, but wanted to say that just in case somebody's like, can you come take care of my pet over in Florida? So maybe in the future, right? So what are the services that Doggy Adventures offers? Like what are all the things that you all offer?
So Doggy Adventures offers boarding, walking, drop-in visits. What else do I have? Where do I do drop-in visits? daycare. There we go. I was missing that one. Soon to come, adventure packages, adventure subscriptions. I want to do things like mountain monthly field trips. So I'll take the dogs to the mountains and things like that, or city Saturday scurries. So these are some things that I'm throwing around and trying to figure out right now. But I want to have different adventure packages where I could either do one-off events or kind of like a subscription where people can pay to have something that is reoccurring that I do.
Got it. Got it. So boarding is what would be an example of one of your clients that uses the boarding service?
So you can board overnight. So once you book with me, usually, so the process is usually just you'll reach out, request a boarding time, then we'll do a meet and greet. That's the most important part. So they can come see my place, answer any other questions that they have, and then we can go from there. And they'll board and anything else that they want to add on, walking or daycare, drop-in visits.
Oh,
A lot of people do some drop-in visits if they'll just be gone for the day or something like that. So they'll say, "Hey, can you pop in?" And they usually get more than what they ask for because I love to take them out on walks or anything. So I might not even just drop it. I'll take them for a walk around the neighborhood, and they really appreciate that. So and that makes me
okay.
happy.
So the boarding specifically is overnight.
Yes,
It's overnight,
overnight.
and the dog
Yes,
stays with you.
yes, in my home
Right.
right now. So that's right now, and hoping to move to an actual. I want to create an adventure clubhouse. I want to stay away from calling it a kennel or things like that. But right now, it's in my house. Yes.
Got it. Got it. And so then daycare, what type of client leverages your service for daycare?
Daycare might be. I had one the other day. They were just going to a wedding. So they
Okay.
were saying, we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to leave the dog all day. So they'll just be there for the day, and then we can come back at the end of the day. So things like that.
Awesome. And then certainly the walking service. And so
Yes.
how can people, if they're like, oh, I need, these are some of the services that I need, how should they contact you and reach out to you?
So right now it's a few different things. So right now they can find me on Rover, and some people after a while, if they're very reoccurring, some people just have my number. They'll text me and I can send them an invoice. So those are the two options right now.
Cool, great. And then we have those that are watching live, we have the link tree that'll take you right to a Rover page, all 5-star reviews, and you can see current pricing and also see some of the reviews and things of that nature and more information. And it seems that Rover is one of the tools that people are using kind of in this space. And so more than likely, clients potentially have already been to that type of site. So they just need to find you on the site.
Yes. And then my calendar's there too as well. So you can see my availability, and I try to stay on top of that. So it's usually up to date and correct us so you can know if I'm available or not.
Okay. So if there are listeners and viewers that are listening in and maybe they have young children, and thank you for the hearts. I see the hearts coming up in our Facebook community. And their child keeps saying, I want to get a dog. I want a dog. I want a dog. Maybe the child is young, 8 or 9, or even younger than that. What tips do you have for those viewers and listeners who maybe have small children that really want to get a dog? Any tips or suggestions you have for them?
Oh, yes. So the first time my family attempted to have a dog was in high school. And so we didn't keep that dog for a long time because a lot of us had a lot of things to do. So my biggest advice is I would say try and stick it out and try to figure out that schedule, because looking back, I think we could have accomplished things. And I think when you have your first dog, I think you don't really know what you're expecting. So I think looking back, I was like, we could have handled that. So I would say, for lack of a better word, stick it out. Like, I think what may seem overwhelming at sometimes is just something new. So I would say make sure that, for one, definitely make sure you have time for a dog. You're never going to be home, of course. I always recommend, of course, try to make sure that you have enough space for the dog, or at least are in a place where you'll be able to give that dog the amount of space that it needs. And then breed is important.
Okay. So that's probably a
So think
whole
about
conversation right
what
there.
type of activities because I know that I wanted to hike. I specifically right because I know I wanted to hike. I wanted a dog to come on hiking adventures with me. So the breed was important. I was like, okay, not too small of a dog that's struggling to get up mountains with me. So those are a few things that I would suggest.
Great. And I think for a family, even with small children, Doggy Adventures would be a great service to kind of say, hey, that can balance when we either don't have enough time or the child is maybe too small to walk the dog by
Exactly.
themselves. And so I think Doggy Adventures is a great thing to have to say, hey, you got this other resource that can help you with your general pet care.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, so I've got a great question. Thank you, Miss Whitehead. What cleanup hacks do you have? Do you have any cleanup hacks? That is something that comes along with pet care and dogs.
I'm trying to think hacks. I don't know about any hacks, but what am I think? I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think though. So I recently had a foster as well, and she was a younger dog, and I'm not used to a lot of puppies really. I'm usually dealing with
Oh,
older dogs. Yeah,
okay.
we had a lot of accidents, so I definitely had to adjust quickly, especially having like 6 or 7 other dogs in the house. So I
Nice.
guess hack per se. I
Mhm.
tried to pay attention to when she needed to use the bathroom. So after I realized like after eating, she did not have long until she needed to use the bathroom. So
Got it.
specifically, I guess in my specific example, I would have her eat closer to the back door, so for the backyard, and have that door open. So
Okay.
once she's done eating, she can run out to the backyard immediately. So I guess just paying attention to your dog's habits. And I don't really have any hacks. I just, I just clean up
That's a
after it
good one.
happens.
That was a good one to pay attention to the habit and keep
Yeah,
her near the back door. So that is good there.
yeah.
And and so I know that you have some goals that you know on this journey of the doggy adventure that you're looking to even have a doggy bus, a mobile haven for canine exploration. Tell us about that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to have this bus. So also I do have a GoFundMe for that bus. It is in the link in my bio on my Instagram. So anything
Okay.
anyone could donate helps so much. But I want to have a doggy bus. That way I'll be able to do these mountain trips and do these further trips. I also have some um it's called Lakeside. What is it called? Lakeside, Sunny Lakeside. I don't remember the name of what I want that subscription to be called, but I also want to do some lake field trips.
Okay.
Um I just know so many places throughout Virginia, and having a bus to be able to take more dogs, as well as even do some events where their owners can come as well. So we might just do a whole big field trip. So that'll help with the field trips. It'll also help with transportation. That'll
Okay.
also allow me to extend my services to more locations. It will definitely help with that as well. So transportation, help with our field trips coming up, help with the different events that I want to plan, and I just think it would be so fun. It's fun right now. I have a little sedan, and when it's piled up, when I'm taking them on hikes, it's so fun to me. There's the kids in the neighborhood. They're always looking at me like, "Who is that with all these dogs?"
Who is that lady with all of the dogs in the car?
So
Doggy
I enjoy it.
Adventures.
Right. So I'm just always envisioned that for me. To be honest, I've always said I wanted a bus for all the kids that I want to. So I think me and buses have some type of relationship. So I would love that, and I'd love to have a fun, colorful theme. But that would help a lot, definitely with transportation.
Great. And those that are listening, just check out the show notes below. We have linked to Linktree, which can get you to what you need. Also, connection on Instagram. If you're following us on Instagram, instagram.com/Sharvette. We have tagged Raven over there. So, those are good connection points. And then, certainly, Sharvette.com has the links available and ready for you right there. And listen, people do not play about their pets, their dogs. Like, they are a family member. So, literally, like, this is like a daycare. This is like any service you would have that would help you take care of a loved one. This is like just as important, right? Like, people do not play about their pets, right?
yeah, I don't play about my pets. So,
Right.
yeah, so I definitely, if anyone understands and knows how to have great customer service to put people at ease, it's definitely me, because I know that my dog is my son. So,
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So, the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Raven Jarvis.
simply, I just want to be happy. I think a lot of us, growing up, you're trying to figure out yourself, you're trying to figure out your path. I just want to stay happy. When you realize you spent this time creating a career that you might not want to do anymore, it's definitely scary. So,
Yeah.
um, I've just made it simple. I just want to be happy. I want to do things that make me happy, and I want to do things that make other people happy. So, throughout this journey, I've just really reminded myself to enjoy it. We all say that, and then I think we all always forget that this is the part that you need to enjoy. And I have really, um, I think I really stuck with that idea of just having fun throughout it. And honestly, when you have fun throughout the whole thing, that's when everything comes to you. That's when everything works out and things just lay right in front of you in your path, because you're not trying to force anything, and you're not doing anything that's not out of character, and that's not
Right.
what you truly want to do. So that's my inspiration every day. What's making me happy? What's staying true to myself? And how can I make everything I do fun? Really.
Great, great. I love that. So, one more time for Doggy Adventures, what kind of services can people get from you? How do they book the services? All that good stuff.
So again, you can board, daycare, walking, house visits. I do have pickup and drop off services that a lot of people utilize as well. I have some nurses and travel people I'm going to pick up one tomorrow. People who travel a lot for work. So those pickup and drop off services help as well. You can find me on Rover. You can also find me on Instagram, the Doggy Adventures. The link in my bio takes you to everything that you need. My website is coming soon, so I'm hoping that I can have everything in one place. But those are the best ways to find me. I am on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me, Raven Jarvis. I don't know if I come up if you search Doggy Adventures, but definitely Raven Jarvis. And yeah, those are the ways you could find me, through my link tree, definitely.
Awesome. Well, has been great to just have this chat and hear more about Doggy Adventures and what's coming up again with the bus and all of the great things that you have, adventures you have planned
Yes.
for our furry friends and furry pets. And so I just got to say, my first, and I don't know if I know my mom was listening. And so, mom, you got to keep me honest on how old I was. But when we got our first dog, which I grew up thinking was a Dalmatian, and so I always told people it was a Dalmatian till probably like 5 years ago. And she was like, it wasn't a Dalmatian. But in my mind, I thought it was a Dalmatian. But I was scared of the dog. So I have a sister, hey Kim, and so she liked the dog. I was scared of my own dogs. I wouldn't go out in the backyard. And then the dog ended up tearing up the screen door, and I think we ended up having like somebody else took the dog. But yeah, so I had a dog, but I was scared of my own dog. So that is
Oh
my,
my God.
and I can't remember how old. I must have been between like kindergarten and third grade, somewhere in there.
Okay. I think that's around the time I was scared of dogs too, so I get it. You
So,
don't know what's happening. You're like, they have teeth.
and I still don't like if a dog jumps. I only like dogs that don't jump on me. So shout out to my friend Joyce, who has her dog is called Sugarfoot. Now Sugarfoot is a little cute, little small, but as long as the dog doesn't jump on me. Okay, see, thank you. My mom comes through. I was 7 years old. Thank you, mom. I was 7. Shout out to Betty G, Stanley Mitchell. I was 7. And I had what I thought was a Dalmatian, and I told in my mind, I remember the white dog with black spots. So, but they said it wasn't a Dalmatian, but I was scared of it. So, anyway, but my sister was good. My sister she was the pet person. So then she has a cat now. She was the one that had the fish and hamsters, and she was all like the pet person. I was like over here, like, okay, I'm just don't let it jump on me. But I do have friends that have dogs, and dog lovers, pet lovers, they love, like, it is a family member. And I know my sister's cat is like a family member too. So Yeah, so that is
Absolutely.
that. Just want to share my little piece. So thank you so much for stopping by the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, and we wish you much more continued success.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, you are welcome. All right. So there you go. There you heard about my what I thought was a Dalmatian story. So dog lovers and pet lovers, dogs specifically, definitely check out Doggy Adventures. Jump over to Sharvette.com. If you are listening to the podcast version, just look down below in the show notes. Look down below in the show notes, and we have all of Raven's contact information there. If you're over on YouTube watching, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And you can look down in the show notes as well on YouTube and click the links and go over to Instagram and all the great places and great things there. Again, this segment was brought to you by my upcoming book collaboration. This is my sixth book collaboration that I have led. I'm the visionary author. It's called Position to Pivot, Empowering Strategies for Your Next Chapter. Pre-orders are going to open up beginning of February. I want y'all to buy thousands and thousands and thousands of these books. Listen, let me just tell you, read the description of the book. Listen, let me just read the description of the book, and you're just gonna be ready. You're gonna be saying, Sharvette, when are pre-orders? When can I pre-order? Let me tell you about this book. So, Position to Pivot, Empowering Strategies for Your Next Chapter offers an exploration of transformation and resilience. Crafted by 12 women leaders and entrepreneurs, this book serves as a guiding light for anyone standing at the crossroads of change. Whether you're shifting gears in your career, taking a new direction in your business, or embracing a personal life transition, these stories and strategic guidance resonate with authenticity and advice. Through these pages of our book, you'll discover the power of pivoting, a strategic and intentional turn towards a path that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. Each author brings to the table their unique perspective or journey, sharing not just the highlights, but the critical moments of decision that have defined their success. Here's why you'll find their insights very valuable. They're rooted in challenges and victories that shape our lives. This isn't just a book, it's a mentorship session with leaders who have been where you are and have emerged victorious. Their collective voices echo a resounding message of empowerment, reminding you that your next chapter is not just a possibility, but a promise of growth and fulfillment. That is a little bit about Position to Pivot. Again, a book collaboration. This segment is brought to you by that book collaboration. Pre-orders will open up beginning of February. And my chapter in particular, I'm so excited about. My specific chapter, I want you to think about chicken soup for the soul type of feel, that every author has almost its own contained story and guidance. And my chapter is called The Platform Builder, but it's the corporate version. And so many of you might have businesses on the side, but you still work in corporate America. Guess what? You're still managing a brand. You're still managing a personal brand in the workplace. You're still needing to gain visibility, either if it's for that next review or raise or for that next promotion internally. And I have a 6-part framework that is the Platform Builder corporate version that will help you with your personal brand and just morale in the workplace and you owning your career. So I'm super excited to be sharing that within this book, Position to Pivot, coming February. And I want y'all to buy thousands and thousands of them. All right, thousands and thousands of them. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Diane said. She said, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. All right. So it's a wrap. We're going to see you all later on the web. Thank you for being here. And thank you for those that are watching and listening. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.